What can be more wonderful than a perfect dawn? A perfect autumn dawn, some other colours, not just of the trees, but the fact the sun's lower, just gives a completely different feel to it all. And then of course the mist rolls across everything. I feel I should be down the river looking at it really, but I'm getting a bit old now. So I have a bit of a lie-in, and I've sent a very nice chap down to film it for me. I'll be up in due course. To me, what we're looking at is just pure England. To a fellow like me who's been in this country all his life and just grown up with this sort of countryside, completely mesmerised by it. I can just sit and watch this for hours, and yet suddenly it just rolls away and the day begins again. But you've been treated to this wonderful, you feel you're sharing another world with the animals. And the day's just dawning and not really made up its mind what it's going to do today, which is probably a bit like me really. So what more can you do to start a fishing day and just have a view and a scene like that, and some peace and some quiet and everything that everyday life just isn't. Well, it's my first cast in my 76th year. I mean, that's got to be monumental, isn't it, really? So it'd be great to get a first fish on my first cast of my 76th year. So we'll see what the gods are holding for me. They're usually quite kind to me. They've been very kind to me for 76 years. So. And then the fun will begin. Fishing this little light quiver tip rod in a pretty hairy swim, to be honest. It's always good when you start fishing and you put some bait in and you get liners. I love it. Some people are a bit surprised at the amount of bait I put in with my scoop that I love so much. And it's amazing, you put a couple of scoops in like that and you start getting some liners. 5-10 minutes later, if you're not careful, the liners stop. And why have they stopped? Because they've eaten it all, except your piece. I just think I need a little bit more finesse. The water temperature keeps dropping every night at the moment. We get these lovely, lovely days. And as soon as that sun's gone, the temperature takes a dive. It's just not the edge off their appetite for the moment. They usually get used to it after 2 or 3 days. I don't, but they do. Oh, it's all squeaking and creaking. I love it when it's all squeaking and creaking. He's in a safer spot now. I can breathe again. It's looking barbelish. Daryl said give it a thorough test. I think I'm doing that. Just when you think they're finished, one big last lash of the tail, and they go again. Come on, little fella, we're only going to have a picture taken. Not going to eat you. He's not convinced. That's one thing with this colder water. The fish have certainly got some fight back in them. And in the net. Happy birthday to me. What a gorgeous barbel as well. Perfect, isn't it? What a beautiful way to start your birthday. One cast, one fish, 76 years old. Him, I don't know how old he is, but he's very beautiful. I'm going to go for about £9 if you want to wait on it. And there's nothing to me more beautiful than a barbel, the most purpose-built fish that swims. Happy days. And I've tested out the new rod. Darryl will be happy. Hey, time for you to go back. Well, I was sent on a mission today. Not one that I usually go for, really. But Daryl's very keen on these new feeder rods. And they're not something I actually use a lot in my style of fishing. The float rods, I mean, he's just done an amazing job with those. I never thought he'd get to that level. God bless him, he has. And I have to say, I'm only using the medium feeder at the moment. And I've had some nice fish on it in quite a tight swim. It doesn't lock up at all. I mean, that was always one of the things everyone used to say about Normark rods. They don't lock up. They've got power, but they don't lock up. This medium feeder is right on the money for that, and quite powerful enough. I'm only fishing 8-pound line and catching sort of fish, I suppose, to probably sort of low doubles. And it handles it perfectly. You never feel that you're in any trouble at all, which I'm quite surprised about. Because some of them, especially with the carbon tips in, can be quite stiff, some of them, the quiver tip will start to be round and then you get a flat spot. That was always one of the problems. There's none whatsoever. And I think he's got the ring spacing right as well, which is another thing that's so critical on these sort of rods when you're playing heavier fish. So you don't get anywhere where you suddenly get an acute angle where the rod's bending, but the line's sort of jumping from one ring to the other instead of following the curve of the rod or keeping the curve of the rod. And it does it. He's a good lad. I think he gives them a bit of a hard time at the factory. But he comes up with the goods. Well done, Daryl. Your feeder rods are good. Well, how have you been doing, boy?
It's been a good session, to be honest. Like you said, there's plenty of chub down there.
Well, you've got to listen to the man on the bank, to choose swims.
I can't believe I've never fished this area before.
Oh, you sort the rods out, I sort the swims out.
Yep. Here we go, something else.
Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've really dropped down to what I'd normally fish. size 18 hook and 2.5 pound bottoms, But
not enough people do that to me. You see, the trouble is now, everyone thinks barbel angling, you sit behind a pair of carp rods.
no barbel has shown up yet, but some of the chub think they're barbel.
Yeah, and the barbel will show up if you put enough bait in.
Yeah, I think I'm expecting one at some point. It is great fun, and you know, I've not even had to put a crazy amount of bait in. There's a tin of chili hemp gone in and probably 1.5 pints to 2 pints of maggots, and they're just queuing up. It's been constant. We had our company match a couple of weeks ago. I think I'd have been very happy if 2 or 3 of these had turned up, not 18 of them.
I bet you would, yeah.
Get my little baby landing net.
It's different up here though. These fish in this river are so fit.
Oh, they are. Compared to the Trent chub, these really do.
Well, I mean, even now, you'd be planning for one. Now he's decided to go upstream.
Yeah, they really do. They really do fight these.
I might go and have my lunch while you're playing that.
You can't bully them though, especially on these bottoms. No, 2.5 pound bottoms.
Hey, come on.
You know, normally I would be bullying them a lot more, but yeah.
I think at this time of year, I mean, now the temperature's dropping, the fish actually starts to fight even harder.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the summer, I cringe a little bit when I see people playing fish too soft.
Yeah.
And they just sort of run out of oxygen.
He's giving me a good run around, this guy. Nice small landing net. I'm happy catching stuff like that.
Stunning, aren't they?
It's absolute.
Yeah, look at that. Right in the corner of the lip.
Absolutely beautiful. Mint condition, on a mark on it. That's what a chub should look like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll give him a kiss, actually.
Oh.
There you go. There he goes.
Oof, and suddenly, he realises you've gone.
Number 19.
Number 19. Oh, what are you going to go for? You're going to set a target?
Just keep going, Tom.
When are you going to fish? Till it gets dark, I suppose.
Yeah, there's no rush, is there?
No, absolutely not, no. So roughly speaking, I reckon if you're going to fish till dark, you're only halfway through.
We've got plenty of time today, haven't we?
Yeah.
We didn't start till probably this time yesterday, did we?
No, we were even worse yesterday, weren't we?
Yeah.
I was surprised. I thought I pitched up a bit late this morning until I realised how hot the kettle still was.
Like you said, Bob, there's no need to rush.
Yeah, well,
no one's
good.
taking your parking space.
Listen, Grasshopper, you just keep listening and you'll get there.
No one's taking your parking space. No one's taking your swim.
Absolutely not. Well, Daryl, good to have you back on my river.
It's good to be back, Bob.
It's
Good to be back, as always.
It never disappoints, does it?
No.
It really is the most amazing river, and I've just thoroughly enjoyed going through the whole thing with those 13-foot rods. I've loved them. I've told you I've loved them. I think I've told the whole world that I love them.
Me too.
You've excelled yourself. No, seriously, on a very serious note, that was one hell of a task you set yourself out on.
I think it was. And we realised that halfway through. Yeah.
But you got there, and that's brilliant. Now you've set me more tasks. Got to go off and fish with different rods and all the rest of it. I mean, today I've been fishing with a feeder. I haven't fished with a feeder for years.
No.
And not in my roach days. I used to love my pair of feeder with my quiver tip rods or whatever we used to call them. I've gone down there and I've sat in quite a tight little swim. I've only put 8 pound line on because that was what was on the reel. And I've really not got a lot of, you've seen that little swim I fish. It's pretty tight. Yeah. And first fish out was, must have been very close to double. I gave myself £9 for it, to be modest.
Yeah, and you're very modest, to be fair, Bob.
Thank you. Yeah. And it absolutely performed perfectly. I thought you had 1 or 2 doubts about it. I haven't. The only thing I'd like to see is an alternative glass top for when I'm fishing in a lighter, when I'm fishing for roach or something, I'm just on the little feeder. Yeah. But for the chub and the barbel, that stacks up perfectly. And I've got a hell of a bend in there, and you've got no spots where the line's jumping across some rings. There's enough rings on it, and the spacing's right. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
You're getting the hang of this, aren't you?
That's good to hear, yeah. And like with the float rods, we know we're close, so it's always good to bring them here because I know you put your sort of very cute eye over it and tell us if we've got it a bit wrong. So we are looking at glass tips as well. You'll be pleased to know. So we've been playing around with glass tips, so I think there'll at least be 1 glass tip with the rod. And obviously you've had a look at the 15-foot rods.
I've had a look at the 15-foot rods. Surprising, very surprising. I've had friends in the past when I was doing a lot more trotting, down the Hampshire Avon and stuff, and those 15s, 17s, and I used to think, oh no, I used to feel that if I've got a 15-foot rod, I've got to sort of hold it about here. If I want a bit more control, I can get a 13-foot rod, I can hold it up there, because it's light. Well, I suppose everything's progressed on, and now you've got a 15-foot rod, you can hold up. There.
I had a good session on it yesterday, put it through the paces, and I think it did give me an advantage in that wind yesterday and the distance.
Yeah, that would have been good, wouldn't it, having that wind to beat.
Yeah, and I did actually enjoy using it. I said to you, didn't I, I'm actually quite into like the 15-foot rods. But then, of course, you pick the 13-foot rod up afterwards and it's so light, it's just incredible.
I don't know.
But I had a good session on it and put it through the paces on the Trent last week as well.
Well, it's surprising how much more meat you've got to put in to get that extra 2 foot, isn't it? So it's not, that you've just extended the 13.
No.
It actually needs quite a bit different.
Totally different rod, new mandrel, and it's a straight 3-section rod, not like with a dolly section. So, it's built for purpose. So we'll see. We've got a few changes to make and a few little tweaks, but we'll we'll try and get them done,
No, I think
ready for the river season next year.
Yeah, I know. I think, I wouldn't be rushing out for one, the same as you. But the boys, and quite a few of mine, I mean, quite a few of my chaps coming up here have already fallen in love now. They all want an Avenger 13.
Yeah, well, we've seen that, haven't we? We've seen that.
Yeah. And I'm sure some of the others are always going on about longer rods. They will love it.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to have one up here. And I think that works better for me and probably for you. It's just let all these different guys that come over here fishing with me use it. Yeah, go on, use it. Oh, what if I break it? Well, if you break it, it's no good, is it?
No.
That's the point, isn't it? So the powers that be are now letting you more or less free rein as to what you want to do with Normark.
Free rein, I don't know about that. But
well, you deserve it.
But we've definitely got some ideas for some other things, definitely. So I think watch this space on that. Obviously, we've got quite a bit coming for next year with the 15-foot float rods. Yeah. The 13-foot microlite that has been ready for the year and everyone's been asking for. And the feeder rods. So, I'm amazed how many people are asking for the feeder rods. So, and of course, you've had to go on the feeder rod today, which we've heard about.
That's great.
I've been using the feeder rods last year and the year before, but we've done a few little changes. So
interestingly, there's bits and pieces. There's quite a lot of interest been showing up on Facebook since the whole thing, really, isn't there?
Yeah.
And you get some of them saying, "Oh, I want a hat, and I want a pair of underpants with Normark written on them." All sorts of
hat.
Sort of silly. There's the hat.
Yeah, there's the hat. There's the T-shirt. Or one of them.
But then equally, I saw one the other day, which I thought was quite pertinent. Who actually said, "No, just stick what you're good at." I mean, Normark was never really known for anything else, other than its rods.
And we will take that on board 100%. We're not going to go crazy. I think I've had a dozen people ask me, "Will you bring poles out?" That's absolutely not going to happen. No interest whatsoever to bring poles. We will focus on rods as the core sort of proposition of the brand, but there'll be some peripheral products around it. That's
reels?
I've got ideas. Obviously, with the Akuma factory, we need to do something with the reels. Whether we bring a Normark reel, don't know, but we've talked a lot about spool ideas, and they marry up very nicely with the Akuma reels, because that's what, when we design the rods, they're a balance with the Invictas and the Sheffield.
I've got nothing else now that I can use on my new 13 foots, the Titan and the Avenger, because they're all too heavy. That's the thing. I have to say, it's the one real thing about those Akuma. They're so light.
And I have seen a lot of guys putting old reels on the new rods, which I get that, because it's the memories, their favourite reels. But when you put the light reel on it as well, it's like picking up a fly rod.
It completes,
it's like a fly rod.
It completes the whole thing, doesn't it?
And we've had quite a few suggestions on things what to do. Some people have wanted a neoprene cover for the butt cap on the rod to protect that, which is quite a nice idea. We've been asked for rod bags for the old rods. We've been asked for sections that match the old rods.
30 years ago.
I mean, rod bags is easy.
Yeah.
Rod bags is easy. That might make a lot of people quite happy.
Well, it might, I suppose. So. You've got people to do it, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's people sitting there with sewing machines, waiting for something to do.
Yeah, so we shall see about that. But no, it's been fantastic to be here again. Really enjoyed it. And
I mean, normally we're always dealing with everything at a distance, which is a bit of a shame.
Yes.
It's always much nicer to be on the river doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I can wind you up a bit more.
Yeah, correct.
I'll never know on the phone. He might take it seriously. I mean, it's been suggested that the rods I've been using today, I might forget and leave them in the car.
That's happened once or twice before. But no, it's been fantastic, and I think it's the latest I've been in the year. And God, the water was cold yesterday.
Yeah, it is,
I see why you was not keen to get in the water yesterday, because it is cold now.
I don't do early mornings or getting in cold water anymore.
No. And you're teaching me well not to do the early mornings. I'm learning on that front. But it's been fantastic, and of course it's your birthday today. So
thank you. Yes, it is my birthday.
So happy birthday, Bob, from everyone.
Thank you. That's really nice. And do you know what I'm going to do from that note?
Well,
I'm going to go and catch another fish.
Yeah, same
to see you.
And you. All the best.